Travis Kelce has finally broken his silence about one of the biggest celebrity weddings of 2026. And one small detail from his comments is turning heads among Taylor Swift fans, NFL fans, and basketball fans alike. After weeks of intense public attention surrounding his marriage to Taylor Swift, the Kansas City Chiefs superstar is now talking about what he described as the best night of his life. And the location makes the story even more meaningful. Madison Square Garden. The iconic New York City arena known around the world as the home of the New York Knicks became something completely different for Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift on July 3rd, when the couple officially married in a private, star-studded celebration. And now, for the first time, Kelce is publicly opening up about the wedding. What makes his latest comments especially interesting is that Madison Square Garden wasn't simply a spectacular wedding venue. For Kelce, the building already carried a completely different kind of childhood significance. It was a place connected to sports, basketball, New York, and one of the most famous arenas in the world. So when reporters asked Travis Kelce about his offseason and his wedding at Kansas City Chiefs training camp, his answer immediately caught attention. Kelce described the wedding as the best night of my life, expressing appreciation for everyone who came to celebrate with him and Taylor. It was a remarkably simple statement considering the scale of the event, but that simplicity may be exactly what made the moment so powerful. Because behind all the celebrity headlines, luxury fashion, famous guests, and worldwide attention, Kelce was describing something deeply personal. He had married Taylor Swift in a place he had dreamed about since childhood. And there is another fascinating connection. Before the wedding became the biggest entertainment story of the summer, Madison Square Garden had already been part of the couple's public story through basketball. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce had been photographed around major sporting events, and Swift had become increasingly connected to New York sports culture. But Kelce revealed that there was one basketball moment he wanted to experience with his wife that he simply couldn't make happen. He wanted to get to a Knicks game during the playoffs. He couldn't. Football got in the way, and then came the line that made fans smile. His wife did. Taylor Swift attended the game. That tiny distinction, my wife, carries enormous weight because it represents a new chapter in one of the most closely watched relationships in the world. For years, fans knew Taylor Swift as the global pop superstar and Travis Kelce as the NFL tight end. Their relationship became a cultural phenomenon because it brought together two enormous entertainment worlds: professional football and pop music. Now the language has changed. Travis Kelce isn't talking about Taylor as his girlfriend. He isn't talking about his fiancée. He is talking about his wife. And that is why this latest training camp moment feels bigger than a routine celebrity quote. It is the first public glimpse of how Kelce is adjusting to an entirely new phase of his life. The wedding itself had already become historic. Madison Square Garden was transformed from one of America's most famous sports arenas into an extraordinary wedding venue. The ceremony brought together major figures from music, sports, Hollywood, television, and the couple's personal circles. Actor Adam Sandler officiated the ceremony. Taylor's brother Austin Swift served as her man of honor, while Travis's brother Jason Kelce served as his best man. Stevie Nicks was also part of the celebration, adding another unforgettable connection to Taylor's long history in music. And despite the enormous scale of the guest list, the couple managed to maintain an unusual level of secrecy. That secrecy was one of the most fascinating parts of the Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce wedding story. For months, speculation had dominated social media. Fans analyzed everything: venue rumors, dates, New York sightings, Madison Square Garden activity, possible guest lists, security preparations. Every tiny detail became a potential clue. And then, on July 3rd, the speculation finally ended. The screens outside Madison Square Garden displayed the now famous message announcing that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce were married. But even after the announcement, the couple continued to protect the most intimate details of the celebration. Official photographs remained limited, and much of the wedding stayed behind closed doors. That made Kelce's first comments even more valuable. He wasn't revealing every secret. He wasn't giving fans a complete behind-the-scenes tour. Instead, he offered something much more personal: how the night felt to him. The best night of his life. Think about that for a moment. Travis Kelce has played in Super Bowls. He has won NFL championships. He has performed in front of enormous crowds. He has walked into some of the biggest stadiums in American sports. But when asked about his wedding, he didn't point to a football accomplishment. He pointed to the night he married Taylor Swift. That is the emotional center of this story. And the location makes the symbolism even stronger. Madison Square Garden has spent decades representing competition, performance, history, and spectacle. Basketball legends have played there. Musicians have performed there. Championship moments have unfolded there. Generations of fans have walked through its doors. For Travis Kelce, it was also connected to a childhood dream. So his wedding wasn't just taking place in a famous building. It was taking place in a location that combined two sides of his identity, sports and entertainment, at the exact moment his personal life was entering a new era. And this is where the Knicks connection becomes even more interesting. Kelce told reporters that he had hoped to attend a Knicks playoff game, but football commitments prevented him from making it. Taylor, however, was there. That detail creates an almost perfect snapshot of their relationship. Travis had football. Taylor had basketball. Both were busy with their own worlds. Yet they continued to show up for each other whenever their schedules allowed. That dynamic has been a defining feature of their relationship since they first became publicly linked in 2023. Taylor appeared at Kansas City Chiefs games. Travis attended Taylor's concerts. They supported each other's careers. They crossed between sports and music. And eventually, those worlds collided at Madison Square Garden. Now they are husband and wife. But there is an important reason fans are paying attention to the way Kelce is speaking about Taylor right now. The NFL season is approaching. The Kansas City Chiefs are back in training camp. Kelce is preparing for another season of professional football, and the spotlight is already enormous. At 36, he is entering a stage of his career where every season carries additional significance. Questions about longevity, performance, leadership, and what comes next naturally surround one of the most recognizable tight ends in NFL history. But this year is different. For the first time, he is entering an NFL season as Taylor Swift's husband. That changes the context around almost everything. Every game will be watched. Every appearance could become a headline. Every moment involving Taylor could trigger another wave of social media attention. And Kelce appears to understand that. Yet when reporters asked him about the wedding, he didn't seem interested in turning the moment into another massive spectacle. His answer was relaxed, grateful, personal. He appreciated the people who celebrated with them. He remembered the night fondly. And then, naturally, his attention moved back toward football. That may be one of the most revealing parts of all. Because Travis Kelce has always existed between two worlds. One is the highly controlled world of professional sports, where preparation, performance, teamwork, and discipline dominate. The other is the unpredictable world of global celebrity, where Taylor Swift's name alone can generate millions of searches and enormous online discussion. Their marriage brings those two worlds even closer together. And Madison Square Garden was the perfect place for that collision. The venue represented Travis's love of sports. It represented Taylor's world of entertainment. And on one unforgettable night, it became their wedding venue. There is also something almost cinematic about the Knicks detail. Travis wanted to attend. He couldn't. Taylor went. Then, not long afterward, they got married in the same iconic arena. It turns a simple missed basketball game into part of a much bigger story about timing, schedules, careers, and the strange way their lives continue to intersect. And if you're watching this story closely, there is one detail you should not overlook. Taylor Swift attending a Knicks playoff game without Travis was not a sign of distance. Quite the opposite. It showed that their relationship does not require them to be attached to each other every second. They can have separate commitments, separate careers, separate schedules, and still remain connected. That matters because the public has spent years watching their relationship through photographs, stadium appearances, concerts, and major events. But marriage introduces a different reality. It is no longer simply about the next public appearance. It is about building a life around two extraordinary careers. Taylor Swift's music career operates on a global scale. Travis Kelce's NFL career operates on an intense seasonal schedule. Both careers demand travel. Both require preparation. Both create enormous public pressure. And now they have to navigate those worlds as husband and wife. The fact that Kelce casually referred to Taylor as "my wife" during a football press conference may actually tell us more about their new normal than any glamorous wedding photograph could. The excitement of the wedding is now becoming part of everyday life. Training camp, football meetings, practice, travel, games. And somewhere inside all of that is the person he just married, Taylor Swift, his wife. That phrase alone has become one of the biggest talking points surrounding Kelce's latest comments. And fans are naturally reacting because the transition happened so quickly in the public eye. One moment, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce were one of the world's most famous celebrity couples. Then came the engagement. Then months of wedding speculation. Then Madison Square Garden. And now, suddenly, the NFL season is approaching with Kelce openly talking about his wife. It is a completely different chapter, but there is still another reason the Madison Square Garden wedding stands out. The couple didn't simply choose a traditional luxury wedding location. They chose an arena, a place built for crowds, a place built for unforgettable moments, a place where fans normally scream for their favorite athletes and performers. And they turned it into something deeply personal. That decision fits the unusual story of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Their relationship has always been public because their careers are public. Their first major moments together played out around football stadiums, concerts, television coverage, and social media. Their romance became a cultural crossover between the NFL and the music industry. So perhaps it makes sense that their wedding would also become a crossover moment. Sports, music, Hollywood, New York, all inside one building. And yet Kelce's description of the night wasn't about spectacle. It was about emotion, the best night of his life. That may ultimately become the most important takeaway from his first public comments about the wedding. Not the celebrity guest list, not the designer outfits, not the security operation, not the social media frenzy, not even the iconic venue. It was the fact that, for Travis Kelce, the meaning of the night was incredibly simple. He married Taylor, and he considered it the best night of his life. Now the story moves forward. The wedding is over. The headlines will eventually move on. The cameras will shift back toward the NFL. The Kansas City Chiefs will begin another season. Taylor Swift will continue her own global career. But the relationship that began as one of the most unexpected celebrity stories of the decade has entered a completely different phase. And the next chapter may be even more fascinating because it won't be about whether Taylor and Travis are dating. It won't be about whether they are engaged. It won't be about whether they are getting married. They already did. Now the question is what married life looks like when one person is one of the biggest pop stars on the planet and the other is one of the NFL's most recognizable athletes. That is the story fans will be watching next. And perhaps the most revealing clue came from a simple basketball game. Travis wanted to go. Football kept him away. Taylor went anyway. And later, the two stood together at Madison Square Garden not as boyfriend and girlfriend, not as athlete and pop star, but as husband and wife. That is the real evolution behind the headline. From football games to concerts, from friendship bracelets to romance, from dating rumors to an engagement, from wedding speculation to just married. And finally, from Travis Kelce talking about Taylor Swift to Travis Kelce casually saying something that now carries an entirely different meaning. My wife. The words are simple, but after everything that happened inside Madison Square Garden, they represent the beginning of an entirely new chapter. And as the Kansas City Chiefs prepare for another NFL season, the world's attention will once again be on Travis Kelce. Only this time, the story is different. Because behind the helmet, behind the football headlines, behind the stadium lights, there is now a new part of his life that he has openly acknowledged. He is married to Taylor Swift. And if his first public comments are any indication, he isn't looking back at the wedding as another celebrity event. He remembers it as the best night of his life. That is the moment fans will remember. Not just Madison Square Garden. Not just the Knicks. Not just the NFL. But the moment Travis Kelce finally spoke about the wedding, looked back on the most extraordinary offseason of his life, and made it clear that beneath all the fame and spectacle, the most important part of the story was remarkably personal. He married the person he loves. And now, the next chapter begins. The conversation surrounding Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift is far from over, because the wedding may have marked the end of one chapter, but it has opened the door to an even more fascinating story. For months, fans followed every development surrounding Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. From football stadiums to music events, from private moments to highly public appearances, their relationship became one of the most closely followed celebrity stories in the world. But now the dynamic has changed. They are married. And Travis Kelce's latest comments give fans a rare glimpse into how he views that transition. There was no dramatic announcement, no elaborate speech, no attempt to create another viral moment. Instead, it was something much more natural. During a conversation surrounding the NFL and his return to football, Kelce spoke about his wedding and described it as the best night of his life. That sentence immediately stands out because Travis has experienced some enormous moments. He has played on the biggest stage in American football. He has celebrated Super Bowl victories. He has stood in front of massive crowds. He has experienced the pressure of professional sports at the highest level. Yet when he was asked about his wedding, his mind went somewhere completely different. To Taylor. To Madison Square Garden. To the people who surrounded them. And to the beginning of their married life. That is why this story continues to attract so much attention. The wedding itself was already extraordinary, but Kelce's perspective makes it feel more personal. For Taylor Swift fans, the words "my wife" carry a special significance. For years, Taylor's personal life has been analyzed through songs, interviews, photographs, public appearances, and fan theories. But Travis's comments offer something different. He isn't discussing a character in a song. He isn't discussing a celebrity. He is talking about the woman he married. And that distinction is becoming increasingly important as the couple moves beyond the wedding headlines. Their relationship now has to exist outside the fantasy of a celebrity romance. There are schedules. There are careers. There are responsibilities. There are football games. There are music commitments. And there is a completely different reality that comes with being husband and wife. That is where the Knicks story becomes particularly interesting. Travis Kelce admitted that he wanted to attend a Knicks playoff game during the postseason, but couldn't make it because of football. Sounds like a small detail, but it actually reveals something important about his life. Football doesn't stop simply because the NFL season is not in full swing. For a professional athlete at Kelce's level, preparation never really disappears. Training, meetings, conditioning, recovery, travel, media responsibilities, and off-season commitments can all compete with personal plans. So even when he wanted to experience a major basketball moment at Madison Square Garden, his football schedule prevented him from doing it. Taylor, however, made it to the game, and that creates a fascinating image. Taylor Swift sitting inside Madison Square Garden watching the Knicks, while Travis Kelce was somewhere else handling his football responsibilities. Different worlds, different schedules, same relationship. That may actually be one of the healthiest aspects of their story. They don't need to attend every event together. They don't need to be photographed side by side every day. They can support each other while still maintaining their individual careers. That becomes especially important now that they are married. Because the biggest challenge for Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce may not be fame itself. It may be time. Time is the one thing neither of them can create more of. Taylor's career requires enormous amounts of time and energy. Recording, rehearsals, travel. performances, production, business commitments. Travis faces a similar reality. Football seasons are physically demanding. Training camps require discipline. The regular season involves weekly travel and preparation. And every game brings another round of media attention. Their lives are incredibly busy. So moments like a Knicks playoff game can become more meaningful precisely because they are not guaranteed. When Travis couldn't attend, Taylor went. When Taylor has her own commitments, Travis has his. And somehow, they continue to build their relationship between those schedules. That is what makes their marriage story different from the constant spectacle surrounding their romance. The public sees the glamorous moments. But marriage happens in the ordinary moments too. A conversation after practice. A phone call during travel. A quiet dinner. A shared day off. A few hours together before another professional commitment. Those moments rarely become headlines, but they are likely to matter more than any red carpet appearance. And that is why Kelce describing his wedding as the best night of his life feels significant. He wasn't describing an event for the public. He was remembering a personal milestone. The biggest entertainment story surrounding Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce may have been the wedding itself. But their real story is what happens afterward. What happens when the cameras aren't there? What happens when the NFL season begins? What happens when Taylor's career demands another major commitment? What happens when both of them are traveling in different directions? Those questions will define this new era. And there is another layer to the story. Travis Kelce's relationship with New York has become increasingly interesting because of Taylor Swift's connection to the city. Taylor has spent years building a strong relationship with New York. The city has appeared throughout her career. Her music, fashion, friendships, performances, and public appearances have repeatedly connected her to the city. Madison Square Garden, meanwhile, represents one of New York's most iconic cultural landmarks. For Travis, it is also a legendary sports venue. That means their wedding location carried symbolism for both of them. For Taylor, it was a massive entertainment landmark. For Travis, it was an arena connected to basketball and sports history. Together, they transformed it into the place where they began their married life. That is almost poetic. And it makes the Knicks comment even more interesting. Travis wanted to attend a Knicks playoff game. He couldn't. Taylor did. Then Madison Square Garden eventually became the place where they celebrated their wedding. A basketball arena became part of their relationship story in an unexpected way. The location was already famous, but now it has another permanent association. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. The wedding may eventually become one of the most remembered private events associated with the venue. And for fans, the details surrounding that night will